All right, you ready for the show? We
Yeah,
wanna...
I'm ready for the show.
Okay, I think everything's recording. So,
Looks like it.
we're here. It's monthly mishap for April. How's it going, Chris?
Oh, good. Good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. We're talking a little before this that I had some allergies happening, but besides that, everything's been good. Started my new job. I have to do a whole month of training with my trainer in the truck with me. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that's been interesting to kind of have to work with somebody all day every day, which I'm not used to anymore. But hey,
Right.
it's been fine. Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, and I guess because of that, we can touch on it now before we get into it. We're not going to be talking about the next Deathgate Cycle book today because you have not had time to read it and or listen to it because you've been training at your new job.
Yeah, I listened to like a little over half of it. I'm really enjoying it, and I was just like, I don't want to just cram like 7 hours of listening into a day or something. I was like, no, I'll just listen to it as I can and enjoy it. And yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
I listened to the entire thing over the last like 3 days. So
Yeah, one time by myself, which will be on the first. That's how it's gonna be. They're like, yeah, the job has less jobs overall per day, but it's more windshield time, more driving between them because it's more spread out of a route. So I'll be driving a lot more, and that's plenty of time to listen to books and podcasts and stuff. So hey, why not?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's same for me. I have so much window time with my job that
yeah,
I have so much time to just listen to stuff. So
yeah. So I mean, honestly, I'll probably be able to listen to that book and finish that one up and do the next one by next episode. So maybe we'll do like a two if you want to. Maybe do two next time. Just kind of
I'd be okay with that. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we covered that. What you been watching? You want to start us off here with something?
Yeah, so I'll start us off first by saying that I've not been watching much, and the reason for that, if you've listened to the Trash Station, my gaming podcast recently, you've known I've become absolutely obsessed with Kingdom Come Deliverance, which
Yeah.
means that I have not put time into anything else really, except for mostly playing that. Which let me double check something really quick. As of today, I have 62 hours played in that game.
It's you only
And
been playing it for like a week and a half or something, right? Not too long.
no, I've been playing it. I've been playing it all month. So I
Oh, the whole
started
entire
it.
month. Okay, I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
I started it like at the end of April,
Okay.
or not the end, the
The,
beginning of April.
yeah,
Sorry.
I know what you meant. Yeah. No, it's like
So like,
you had two podcasts talking about it, so I guess that makes sense now. So
yeah,
yeah, yeah, nice.
yeah. So I have not been watching a whole lot, but I did watch the new Malcolm in the Middle, which
Yeah.
was a 4 part series. It was a 4 episode series of like a reboot of Malcolm in the Middle, which was famous sitcom from like the 2000s, starring
Frankie Muniz,
oh
Brian
yeah,
Cranston.
Frankie. Yeah, there you go. Frankie Muniz and Bryan Cranston. Who Frankie Muniz probably didn't go on to. I mean, he was in like a bunch of kids stuff,
Mm-hmm.
at that time,
Cody
but he
Banks.
didn't. Yeah, Agent Cody
Yeah.
Banks. He was in a few other things also, but he didn't. Other than Malcolm in the Middle, it felt like his career kind of fell off. Whereas Cranston, went on to do Breaking Bad, and he's been in a
Yeah.
bunch of other stuff also. Um, the series felt like more Malcolm in the Middle. Like it's. I know we were talking offline, and you said that you've never really watched the show, so
I picked up a couple episodes. It's like one that would be on, but I never like
right.
sat front to back watched it or anything.
I've
Yeah.
never sat front to back watched it, but it was one that I did watch fairly regularly because it was on at like that perfect time where it would be on like when I would be getting home from school after like staying and doing my homework. Because I usually would like go to the library to do my homework when I was in high school and then go home. And by go to the library to do my homework, I mean I would go to the library, do like 20 minutes worth of homework, and then go fuck off with my friends and smoke weed. But that's besides the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so it would usually be on when I would get home from school. So I watched a whole bunch of it growing up, and I've never returned to the series. But I mean, like it's just a chaos family. Like they obviously love each other, but like there's just so much drama and everything with all of the characters within that family, and it was just kind of fun seeing like them all reunited. So Malcolm, Frankie Muniz's character, he has a daughter now, and he has not told his parents that he has a kid.
Oh,
because his family is so dysfunctional, he like is basically doesn't tell them anything about his life, and so like all the drama that comes from that, and
is she
yeah, it was fun.
like an infant or like an older kid? Like he didn't tell them for
No, like a
years.
teenager,
Oh my
like she
god,
is in high school.
that's a long time to not tell somebody. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun though.
Yeah, like it was a good time. It, like I said, it felt a whole lot like the old show. And Bryan Cranston, he's just so fucking funny, man. He's so good in this show. And yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's just a good time. Like I could see people liking it if they hadn't seen the old show. There's a lot of characters that come back, and some references to older episodes, but I think even without some of that context, it would be perfectly fine to watch. And it's only 4 episodes, and because it's Hulu, um, the episodes are a little bit longer. They're like 32 minutes apiece, so it's like a solid 2 hours worth of TV instead of 22 minutes for a sitcom episode, like
Nice.
normal.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
That's cool. That show is kind of in the same camp in my head as Everybody Hates Chris. I don't know if you ever watched that or not, but I feel like they
Hmm.
were kind of out at the same time, and they had
Yeah.
similar vibes a little bit, but different, obviously. But yeah, yeah, I like that show growing up, but it was like one that I didn't like latch onto as much. But
Right.
I'm glad that the reboot came out good because it could go either way with that type of thing. Like it could be
Oh
just
yeah,
kind of
it could
kind
have
of
been
crap.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah. But at least it's like just more of the same vibes, which is what you're looking for, right? So
Yep.
yeah, awesome. I watched all the way up to the new season of Euphoria. So this show's great. We talked about it last time. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I actually think season two's like final 2 episodes is like a couple of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen. Like it's just really really well done. And I was like, would have been a perfect finale for the show, but of course, everything has to continue in this world. So the season
Mhm.
3 premiere happened, and it's like a completely different show. It's like they're trying to make Breaking Bad now instead of Euphoria.
Okay.
Because like the first 2 seasons is them in high school, dealing with drug abuse and all the stuff that's around that. It's very
Mhm.
dark, obviously, subject matter, but now they're adults, and the main character Rue, who's played by Zendaya, she owes I think millions of dollars to like the drug cartel. So now she's doing drug runs over the border to Mexico, and that's what the season's about. And
Okay.
it's a completely different tone. Like it's even filmed differently. Like the first 2 seasons has like a very specific artist they use all the time for the music. None of his music's in this season. It's not like purple hues and neon drenched like the first 2 seasons. It looks like Breaking Bad. It looks like deserts and like kind of warm tones and yellows, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm feeling it. Honestly, I'm like, this is not the show that I kind of signed up for. But hey, it's not bad so far. We just watched the first 2, but still,
Did something change in like the writers' room? Like, was there a big staff change? Might Could that be
I
the reason?
maybe so. I know that the creator uh kind of decided to change the look of it. So I don't know if that was his decision to say, "Hey, let's go ahead and do this," because I know there was some controversy around the way the show looks because he teamed up with an artist to get that look. Like it's like a very specific Euphoria look. It kind of just
Mhm.
looks very like everything's like purpley. Everyone's wearing glittery makeup and stuff. It has a very certain look to it. And he was basically took that idea from somebody and then fired that person that made that original art style. So maybe all the controversy from that over the years, he's like, okay, well, let's just do a different style this season. I think
Yeah.
might have been where he was at. I'm not sure though, but it just feels like I'm watching like a spin-off of Euphoria, not season 3, which is just weird.
It's
So,
kind of weird. Yeah.
but the show in general is great. I think like if somebody wanted to watch the show the first 2 seasons and just like stop there, you'd be fine. If you're curious about season 3, sure, but I think the it kind of sells like a perfect like storyline from the beginning to the end, and they kind of like do it's not really a clip episode, but they do like a really interesting way to kind of like recontextualize the entire storyline of the first two seasons into the last two
Mhm.
episodes and kind of have like a good button on it, and like it would have been perfect. Like it would leave the audience wanting more, and it was like a nice ending. But hey, things have to keep going, so they have a season 3 now, which I think it's going to be the last season too. But still interesting. But yeah, it's a good show. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about the some of your other TV that you've watched? Because
Okay.
like I said, I only have a few movies on here.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'll go ahead and finish up my TVs because these will be pretty quick.
Yeah.
We finished The Pit season 2. I still
Mhm.
think that the medical drama. I still think that's one of the better like modern shows that are out because the ensemble cast is just really really good. And it's very realistic to
Mhm.
some extent. And I just think it's one of the best shows on TV and really enjoyed the finale. It honestly, this season got really dark and like the ending was just like very emotional and sad. And I'm like, damn, what's gonna happen? So we'll see. They kind of do per season for this. They do 6 month time gaps. So the first one was the beginning of the storyline. This is 6 months later, and then the next one's gonna be 6 months later. So we get to kind of see where all the characters at in 6 months. So next
Cool.
season, yeah, um, that's a pretty good show. It's good. If anybody, even if you're not really into medical dramas, because I'm not really, it's still a great, like, well acted show. And then we watched the new season of Love on the Spectrum. Have you ever heard of this show at all?
No idea what this is.
No, you're good. You probably it's not really up your alley, probably, but I enjoyed watching it. My partner Sarah really liked it, so and we watched it together. It's a reality show. It's a relationship love reality show where it's kind of a dating show, but for
Mhm.
autistic people on the spectrum. And it's this could go wrong if it's not done correctly, but this show is done correctly. It's a very wholesome show about people that are just it's really hard for them to connect with other people because they're on the spectrum, they have autism, and they try to find a good match for that person, and it's just their experiences dating people for the first time, most of them too, because they have never really been able to date or had the ability to know how to get out there basically. So
Right.
it's a show that ends up being very wholesome because it's a lot of their first experiences dating, kissing, and doing the whole dating thing. And it's awkward obviously, but it's endearing too. So it's kind of just a feel good watch. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like something I would never watch.
I know. Yeah. No, I know it's not your thing at all, but hey, we really like it when it comes out. It's like a whole thing. We'll like sit down and watch all the episodes like in a weekend
Right.
because we just really enjoyed watching it together. It's one of those things. It's just like it makes me feel a little bit better about the world we live in. It's a little bit
Right.
positive. And it's cute. It's wholesome, and yeah, it just puts a smile on our face. So yeah, it's good times.
Cool. Josh, did you go and see the Mario movie in theaters, the new one?
No, I think I'm just gonna wait for streaming on this one.
That's fair. We did go see it. So Mario Galaxy, and like, we talked last episode. I wasn't very hot on the first one, and
Yeah,
I feel about the same with the second one that I do with the first one. I do think like the action and the story might be a little bit better, but it also did kind of feel like Cameo the movie, like they're setting up for Smash Brothers, which
sure.
we don't fucking need a Smash Brothers movie. Like it's fine. Like make movies about Mario.
Yeah.
Um but like I mean Fox was fine. His character was entertaining, I guess. Um
Are they
they
doing
they did a
a
whole
Fox movie too? Is that the whole thing? Or
I don't know. I don't
okay,
know if they're going to do a Star Fox movie. He was just like they had a whole bit where Fox was there basically because like he got trapped in an interdimensional portal and somehow ended up in the Mushroom Kingdom or like the Mushroom Galaxy, I guess. I don't know. So he's like from his own space and somehow is here in the Mario universe. Um there was like a Game and Watch cameo where like Luigi painted a Game and Watch into existence. Um and then they stole the bit from Zootopia with like the sloth to being really slow, but they did it with the Rob robot.
oh
Um
okay.
and
Was that even funny? Like honestly,
it was barely funny when they did it in Zootopia, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, like there were kids laughing in the theater, so I guess kids are gonna find it funny. Like it's fine. It's the most okay kids movie you're gonna see. Like it's probably it doesn't do the thing that bad kids movies do where like they keep restating the plot. So at least it has that going for it.
Yeah, I feel like this is one where I should be more excited for. You know what I mean? Like oh my god, there's a Mario movie? Yeah, I'm excited. But the
Hmm.
first one we went and saw it, and it was one of those where I watched it and I was trying to build it up to myself like, "Oh yeah, that was great." Right? It's like, "Oh
Hmm.
yeah, that was." And then you realize like, "No, maybe it wasn't as good as I was trying to make it out to be." But it was fine. But if it's the same quality or maybe even worse or better depending on who you talk to, I'm like, yeah, I could wait on this one for sure.
Yeah, it's probably about the same. I would say it's about the same. I mean, what do I know? It's making a fucking bazillion dollars in the fucking box office. So apparently, I'm the bad guy. So
There's nothing wrong with wanting kids movies to be like have a really deep story, like actually have a storyline. Because I heard this is kind of just clip show the movie, like TikTok the movie almost. Like there's not real, there is a plot, but it's not very like interesting, really.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I saw it at the beginning of the month when it came out, and like I remember bits and pieces. Honestly,
yeah,
it did not stick with me. Like I rated it 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. Like it's fine.
yeah. That's about where I
It
was
is a
thinking. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a movie that you can watch. If somebody didn't buy my ticket for me, I would not have gone to see this. But uh, I did not have to pay for anything except for my beer while at the movie theater.
yeah, that's fair.
So
Yeah. I kind of feel in the same way about the Sonic movies now. It's like the first they're fine, but they're getting kind of up their own ass on their own humor, I think, a little bit with Jim
mhm.
Carrey and stuff. Especially the third one where I didn't like it. I thought it was just kind of like too chaotic, but a lot of people still enjoyed the third one a lot. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah.
I still need to see the third one. I actually haven't even seen the second one, so I should really get around to those because I do like the first one. I think that's one of
Yeah.
the best video game movies that's been made. Like
Yeah, they're
it's a
fun.
pretty that
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd rate them a little higher than the Mario movies for sure. I just didn't really like
Yes.
the third one as much as the second one. I think the second one was a little bit better than the third. But anyway, they're all watchable. I would say for sure. At least they're a fun idea. They're a little more unique instead of just like
Yeah.
um what's it, just here remember berries, like remember this, remember that type of thing. Which the first Mario movie was like that, and sounds like this one's the same.
Yeah, this one's kind of the same, and maybe I just caught less of that because I've never played the Mario Galaxy games.
Right.
Um, always meant to. So like, there's this weird thing where like the Mario Galaxy games on Wii they're not very expensive. You can get them for like $25 a piece used at literally any used game store. Like you're gonna see two or three copies of each of them. Maybe only one copy of Mario Galaxy 2, right? Because it's sold a little bit less than the first one, but you're always gonna see copies of them, and they're not expensive. And I'll pick it up and I'll be like, I'll have it in my pile of games that I want to buy. And I always go in with a budget in mind. And I'll be like, oh, I only want to spend like $60 today. And then I find other games for $25 that I want more than Mario Galaxy. So it just gets put back on the shelf and I've never bought it. I've picked it up and almost bought it like 8 times and just haven't actually bought it. And like I
Nice.
know I'll like it. Like it's a
Yeah.
fucking Mario game.
I think the Galaxy games. I actually haven't played through two all the. I need to. That's probably one of my goals this year is to play through two again, like actually beat it. Because I know I got a little ways in, but I didn't actually beat it. So that's probably going to be one I get to. But the first one is one of the best Mario games. Period. Like 3D or 2D. I think.
Mhm.
So.
What I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably enjoy it. Also, you can play them on Switch in HD if you want to do that too. But if you want to do the Wii
I,
with the Wiimote and everything, that's fun. So.
I don't mind having some motion controls. So
Yeah, you get to shoot the little stars, and stuff like that.
yeah.
There's little puzzles with those too. It's fun. It's a good game. But yeah. All right. Speaking of kids movies, I'll jump into this one here. It's called Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. We just watched it last night. It's a
Okay.
DreamWorks movie. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a So it's a
I
coming
didn't know
of
DreamWorks was still making movies, but
yeah.
okay.
We have streaming platforms, and we're just looking through them, and I was like, "What's on Peacock?" And they have DreamWorks on there, and then I was like, "What is this movie?" It's an hour. I think it was like an hour and 28 minutes or something. Super short little
Okay.
kids movie.
Yeah.
Let's throw it on. Let's try it out. I thought it was a pretty well done, like overall kids movie. I think it has a little bit of that corny DreamWorks thing where they will do a scene and then popular pop song plays and then they'll do another scene and then popular pop song plays again, you know what I mean, type of thing.
Hmm.
Very at least Shrek used a lot of classic stuff, but I think Shrek started that mold for sure. But anyway, the storyline is she is the main character Ruby. She is a kraken, and apparently they shrink if they're on dry land, and so they are trying to blend in like Octodad in the human world, pretty much. That's kind of like the
Okay.
premise of it. And there are some mysterious things. She's not allowed to go in the ocean. They live by the ocean because they have to. They kind of like explain that away. I'm like, okay, so they still have to live by the ocean so they can survive, I guess. But they can't go into it because comes to find out, if you go in there, you become a giant kraken, like a giant glowing kraken, like the old school style, like the ship ones. But here they're fantastical, glowy, beautiful krakens because it's a kids movie, and
Hmm.
it's kind of like a misconception that the krakens are bad type of thing, because of the mermaids in there, and there's a little bit of little mermaid humor and style and like that type of storytelling where it's like, I want to be part of the human world, type of thing. But yeah,
Right.
I think it was perfectly fine. It was worth a watch for a little short kids movie watch, but you're not gonna miss much if you skip it, honestly. But it's a good kids movie, has a good message, and it has a pretty nice. It's a nice storyline about like loving yourself and where you come from, pretty much. So not bad.
Okay.
Probably better than the Mario Galaxy movie. Oh, he froze.
Uh, well, I don't know. I don't know. It could be. I might check it out. I don't. Peacock kind of sucks as a platform, so I don't really use it very much.
Yeah, we have it
So
through our Xfinity thing. That's how we have ours.
fair.
So yeah.
Yeah. All right. I watched. Uh, here I'll we'll ease into the darker stuff. All right. I
Okay.
watched a movie called The Foreigner. This stars Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan, and it's set in Ireland. Uh, and you got Pierce Brosnan putting on his thickest Irish accent that he possibly can, which is fantastic. This is one of my favorite movies with Pierce Brosnan in it now. I had never seen this before, and it was recommended to me by our friend Bad Times, Johnny.
Nice.
Um, and yeah, so this movie is about there's uh like a terrorist group, I guess you would call them, like domestic terrorist group in Ireland who are committing these bombings to try and like persuade the English government to release Northern Ireland back to like being not under British control. I think is their plan. Um, Not 100% sure, but in the first bombing, they end up killing Jackie Chan's daughter, and so he's like pissed and sad because that's the last of his family that's left alive, and so he's like former U.S. Special Forces who like so he's like a trained guy. It's almost kind of like I don't know, like Taken or something like that, where
Hmm.
former or Born Identity, where like somebody who is like a former like military guy who's like highly trained in special forces and whatnot goes on a killing spree.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't want to be going on a killing spree. He just wants like the names of the people who caused the bombing, and nobody's willing to talk to him because they're all doing their own government investigations, and so like that's causing him to go after people that aren't the right people, but and it's like everybody's trying to catch him and they can't because he's former special forces. It's a it's not so much a martial arts movie like you would expect from Jackie Chan. It's more just a pretty solid action drama.
Yeah.
It was good. And yeah, Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan's so fucking good in this movie, man. He's so good.
It's kind of reminding me the name, and it's funny because Shinjuku Incident is similar to that, where it's we'll talk about it later, obviously, because
Mhm.
that's the recommendation. But that's more of a drama. That's more of a drama like type of movie with
No,
action
that's
and
why I
gore. Yeah,
recommended that one to
yeah,
you.
yeah. So
Was
and then
because it wasn't.
it's just funny that they both have Shinjuku in the title. But yeah, anyway, it's obviously that one has a
Oh no,
different
no, I'm not.
premise.
I'm not talking about Shinjuku Triad Society.
Yeah,
That's a very different movie. I'm talking The Foreigner.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, I was looking at the next one, but
yeah.
the
I
Foreigner. Yeah,
highlighted the.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That's on me.
highlighted the next one. Um, but yeah, I mean, like that would be comparable.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Shinjuku incident would be pretty comparable. I mean,
To the
like
Foreigner.
I
Yeah,
think there's a yeah, to the Foreigner. Yeah, there's a little bit more like martial arts action in this one, but
yeah.
not like the high flying kung fu action of what you think of Jackie Chan doing.
Yeah, just like any of his normal movies, or yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk about a little bit more about Jackie Chan later. But that's awesome.
yeah,
That's actually a more modern movie too. It's not only like 10 years old, so or a
yeah.
little
It's
bit
like
less than that.
2018, 2019, something like that.
Yeah,
So it's not
so
even 10 years old. Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty. He's old too. He looks old in this movie. I mean, he's been around since the fucking 70s. So yeah, he's getting up there in age.
yeah, that's cool. I'm glad he's still doing stuff.
Hmm.
At least it's, I don't know if he's made anything super recent, but still, that's cool that he's in the last less than 10 years he's made something. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll find out. Why don't you talk about your next movie?
Sure, we'll stay. Do we want to do a horror movie, or that's more of a thriller? Let's do that. I watched Ready or Not finally, the first one.
Yeah, how'd you like it?
Really, really fun movie. I love this movie. I
Yeah, it
thought
is.
it's one of the better, like, has a honestly, okay. So the premise is she's rich, but she's marrying somebody richer who has this like family that kind of believes that they have to do this board game ritual. Their whole thing is board games, and if somebody gets a certain one, it's like a hide and seek challenge. But the hide and seek is you have to survive the night of the family trying to kill you, and
Mhm.
hijinks ensue. Crazy things happen throughout the whole thing.
Lots of people die.
Lots of people die, lots of blood splatter, lots of gore. She ends up in like the coolest outfit ever, was like a ripped up, like torn, bloody wedding dress with Converse, and she just with a
Uh-huh.
shotgun and like a bandolier on, and she just looks like a badass. Super fun movie. I honestly, one of my favorite like horror. I know it's not really a horror movie, but it has a lot of horror elements to it. It's like one of my
Yes,
favorite
it does.
endings to like a horror movie. I think ever. Like it has an amazing ending. I was like,
It's so good, isn't
it's
it?
so good. So, um, the second one was getting good reviews, so we were like, let's just watch the first one. So we'll definitely see the second one when it's like available streaming or something. But I don't know where they're gonna go from here, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. So I was intending to go to the theater to go see the second one, and just like it's having like limited screenings at my local theater, so like the timing just wasn't working out. They were doing like one screening a day, and it would be like, oh, it's screening at like 11:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like, oh well, I can't make that because I'm gonna be at work. And then it's like, well, it's gonna be screening at like 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. And it's like, well, I kind of have things that I need to do on the weekend. Like if it were at like noon or right around noon, I could get away with it. Where like I could go to the theater and then be there until 2 o'clock and then leave and go do the rest of my shit. But 3:30 is like around the time that my girlfriend's gonna be getting home from work. She's not going to be happy if I fucking am at the theater until 5 o'clock when she's just been at work for fucking 10 hours.
Yeah,
So yeah, the timing just hasn't quite worked out on it, which is unfortunate because I did want to go see it before we recorded this episode, but I don't think. I mean, obviously, it didn't pan out. So,
yeah,
whatever.
it happens. But the first one, like, honestly, I'll watch that again easily. That's a really fun movie. It's
Hmm.
it's just really good action, lots of great comedic bits and great acting in it overall. I think all the characters in there were like lovable, hateable type of characters. Like you kind of like
Yeah.
them, but you also really hate them. You know what I mean? Type of feeling. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize this came out pretty much similar timing as Knives Out, like the first one too, which
Mhm.
it's like another storyline of a rich family that has somebody die. It is just like, of course, this goes a little bit more supernatural, but still like there was something in the water at that time frame, I guess, with those type of movies. So
Yeah.
yeah, good
I think
movie.
that's the same time that around the same time that Freaky came out, that the Vince Vaughn movie where he's like the serial killer that ends up in the teenage girl's body.
Yeah, I think so too. Like either that year or the year after, but pretty close to like pandemic times. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, fantastic movie. If anybody hasn't seen it, I highly recommend it. It was one of my favorite ones I watched this year, probably. To be honest with you, I really enjoyed that movie. It was a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
fun.
fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's what I want from a horror movie like that, where it's like who knows what's gonna happen next, and it's like more of a thriller than a horror movie. But that's what I want. I want to be very surprised. The ending is super surprising. It's just great. So yeah, good times.
Yeah. Uh, Josh, go ahead and take another one because I'm
Okay.
gonna have to do these next two like in conjunction with each other because they are related.
Okay, I could do two that are a little more lighthearted. Let's talk about Eternity. We just watched this one recently too. It's a rom-com, pretty much, but it has what's her name from the Olsen sister that's in Marvel. I can't think of her name. She's the
There's
main
an
character.
Olsen sister in Marvel.
Yeah, it's Olsen, Elizabeth Olsen, I think is her name. Yep. She plays
There's another one besides Mary Kate and Ashley.
yeah, she plays Scarlet Witch. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a third Olsen.
Yeah, that's her. Yep.
Okay, I had
And
no idea.
Miles Teller and then some other handsome guy, I don't know his name. So it's like a love triangle type storyline, but the spin on this one is they're all dead and they're kind of like in limbo, and so
Okay.
the this version of like heaven or in limbo stasis area is kind of like it's almost like a big facility where you want to figure out where your eternity is going to be, and then when you go to that eternity, like that's where you're locked in, that's where you live forever. In They're all themed around different things. It's a weird premise, but the idea is she dies and lives with this guy for 65 years, but it's her second husband. Her first husband died in Korea, and they were truly in love type of thing. So when she goes to heaven, this guy has been waiting in this limbo area for 65 years for her to meet up with him, her first husband, and then her second husband dies around the same time within a week. So it's her trying to decide between her first husband that was like young love and the one she was with for 65 years, and that's kind of how the back and forth works for the movie. I think it's a fun premise. I liked it. I think gets a little sappy and little a little too saccharine at the end, I would say maybe, but
Mhm.
for a rom-com and for a creative idea, I liked it. I thought it was well done. I thought the leads were really good. It was believable, even though the premise is kind of out there and kind of doesn't make sense sometimes if you think about it too hard. But it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. But it's more of like if you're in the mood for a rom com or want a date night movie, this would be a pretty good one.
All right.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do another one, right? All right.
Yeah, you were. That too.
Do you know who Nirvana the band the show is or what that is at all?
I have heard of it.
Have you watched? Okay, have you watched Update Day?
No.
I almost want to make you react to Update Day live. Anyway, it's the Wii Shop channel like little skit thing. You never seen that? No.
No.
Okay. Maybe I'll have you watch that. We could react to it here, or I'll just have you watch it at some point. But anyway, it's one of the more funny online videos. But there's these two dudes. They're from Canada. They had a show called Nirvana the Band the Show, and the premise of the show is they're doing crazy things with it's filmed like man on the street style. Like the people on the street aren't part of the show. They're kind of like passive observers that react to the crazy things they do. And the whole idea is they have a band called Nirvana the Band, and it's spelled Nirvana with an extra N in the middle there, by near the end of it. And they're just really funny dudes. They just have a really good like wacky sense of humor. So the guy who always wears a fedora, he is like the extreme version. He's the guy from I Think You Should Leave. That type of energy where he's like screaming all the time and he's really out there. He always has a scheme or a plot to get the name of their band out there. And then the other guy's more the straight man and he plays the piano and he's kind of like more chill, but he also has a lot of good one-liners. So the premise of this movie is they I do you you don't care about spoilers, obviously.
I don't care
Spoilers,
about spoilers.
yeah, spoilers for this movie. I don't think people will care. I think it's in the trailer too. Someone told me watch this movie without watching the trailer, and I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. So I did, and the idea is they go back to 2008 when they first started and change the timeline, and it's basically a Back to the Future spoof. This whole movie,
Okay.
and what's really fun about it is they have a lot of old 2008 footage because that's when their show first came out. So they have a bunch of B-roll and a bunch of stuff, and they actually edit the first episode of their TV show around their faces and stuff for like they crop themselves in and stuff as their modern day selves and kind of like interact with that old footage in a really fun way, kind of playing homage to their classic like skits and episodes. I didn't even have very much fondness for the show. All I really know is the update day video on YouTube, and that's the main thing. And I was like, I still thought it was really well done, and the two guys are really funny. It's one of those like their lives. It's a movie about friendship, like brotherhood and friendship. When it comes down
Mhm.
to it, good modern. It was a good modern comedy with a lot of just really insane bits and they literally jump off of like one of the towers in Toronto, and then like literally they really did this stunt. They jumped off this tower in Toronto on top of a baseball stadium with parachutes and everything, and filmed it and got real reactions from people and everything. So um, it's insane what they do, and the fact that most of it is actually real stunts and real things they do is makes it even more crazy. So, yeah, it's fun. It's good times.
Cool. All right, so a couple of movies that are not so much a fun time, but are quite good movies. First one being Shinjuku Triad Society. This movie came out in 1995. Are you familiar with the director Takashi Miike or Takashi Miike? How, if you want to pronounce his name, very American-like.
I don't think so, to be honest with you.
So he is probably most famous for uh his movie Audition, as well as Ichi the Killer.
I know the
Uh,
Ichigo Killer. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, so he's well known for making like extremely graphic, like gritty movies. Not so much horror movies, even though they are like considered horror movies. Uh More just like extreme violence. And Shinjuku Triad Society is right up there in that same kind of category, except this is a mob story. And it takes place in the same period of time actually as the movie that I had you watch with Jackie Chan. So
Mm-hmm.
there's period of time in the 90s where there was like a flood of Chinese illegal immigrants coming into Japan. And so this takes place during that period of time, but like was also filmed during that period of time. So it's about Chinese and Japanese mafias fighting against each other. And there is a lot of uh content warning, I should say, for this. There's a lot of sexual assault in this movie, but most of it is against men, perpetrated by other men as a form of torture. And it's just a very, very gritty movie about very unpleasant people doing a lot of very unpleasant things to a lot of other unpleasant people. There's no heroes in this movie. It's a bunch of bad guys.
Sounds
Um,
uh sounds like you have to be in the mood for it almost. Like you know it's going to be a little dark, right?
yes, yeah. You had this is a movie that some people are not going to like at all. But it's a really, really good mob story. And I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's a fun movie, but it is a very good movie. Like it's really well shot, it's really well directed. It looks great. It's well acted. It's and like there's some pretty there's a lot of violence in this movie, and it feels real. It feels gritty. Um, yeah, it's really good. And then there's a sequel. Actually, there's two sequels. The second one is called Rainy Dog, and while it's not a direct sequel in that it doesn't have the same characters or anything. It's a sequel in the sense that he made this. It's called the Black Society trilogy, kind of colloquially, and it's three movies about mobsters in Japan. Um, well, actually, Rainy Dog isn't about mobsters in Japan. It takes place in Taiwan,
Hmm.
actually. Um, and it's about this guy who is like a mob hitman, and he had this ex-girlfriend who just like who he got pregnant and had a kid with, didn't know about the kid, and she just shows up at his house one day, drops the kid off, and then leaves. And so now you have a mob hitman just like not giving a shit about this kid, going around the city, killing people with the kid watching him. And kind of the fallout from that is well, I guess spoilers for the end of a movie that came out in 1997 in Japan, but he ends up getting killed, and the kid almost gets killed, and then the mobster who killed his dad looks at the kid and he's just like, "Come find me when you're old enough and kill me."
Okay.
So it's that kind of story.
Yeah. Damn.
It's also violent. It's also very gritty. It's another one of those kind of this one less sexual assault in this movie than Shinjuku, but
That's probably a good thing,
uh
right?
um but yeah, I mean these are really 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 good movies. And the third one I've not seen before. It's called Ley Lines. I do own it, and I meant to get to it, just didn't have time, so I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it here pretty soon, and we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah. Kingdom Come Deliverance was calling your name more than that third movie.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
That's okay though. That's okay. No, I completely get it. I'm kind of in the middle of a couple of games like that right now too. I'm like, I'm itching to play them. I'm gonna play some today. But anyway,
Yep.
I guess I can jump into. Should I just do all the Marvel movies? I have 3 Marvel movies we watched.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead and talk about the Marvel movies.
Still going to keep bringing these as we watch them. I
Yeah.
don't know if we rated these or not. I'll look that up while I'm talking. But the first one we went back to was Ant-Man. We're still watching these in like story or order, not release order. So some of these will be out of order, like from release. But Ant-Man, super good movie. Have you seen Ant-Man ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's just really fun. This is like
Yes, it is.
honest one of the better. This is one you could just show somebody with no context for the Marvel universe, and they're gonna have a good time. Like,
Yep.
it's really
It's great as a standalone movie.
yeah. It's one of the best standalone movies in Marvel. I'd
It's like
say.
this one and Guardians, the
Yeah,
first Guardians movie, are like the two best in my opinion as standalones. I mean, like obviously excluding some of the early ones, like the first Iron Man or like Hulk, I guess. But
yeah.
um,
That's a movie that happened.
yeah.
Edward Norton,
But yeah,
Was a good Hulk, though. I would have liked to see him stick around, but Mark Ruffalo's
yeah,
good too. But yeah.
but yeah, Ant-Man's really fun. I like that movie.
We actually rated this one. It ends at, right now. Currently, it's our number 3 movie out of all of the ones we watch. I think we watched 20 almost, so that's good. I don't know. I don't know how many there is here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, or somewhere around there. But anyway, really liked it this time. I feel like this is one every time I watch it, I like it a little bit more. So that's always a good sign for a movie. Good times. We also watched Captain America: Civil War, which is the opposite when it comes to standalone. This is the first, like, not the first ever, but the first Captain America movie where they're like, here's a bunch of cameos and we're introducing Black Panther, we're introducing Spider-Man, like, let's go crazy with the characters.
Mhm.
One of the best villains in Marvel history because he doesn't throw a single punch and he destroys the entire team. His name. Have you ever seen this movie, by the way? I never
Nope.
asked. So the main guy is named Zemo, and he is Baron Zemo. He's popular character in the comics and villain in the comics. The whole thing about this is he pits Iron Man versus Captain America basically because Bucky comes back and as a Winter Soldier, finds out that he killed Tony Stark's parents, and there was a whole thing with that. And it's one of those things where the villain is in the background just doing all the things to make everybody fight each other to distract them, and he never really interacts with them much. He just in the background just kind of screwing with their lives and messing up this Avengers team. And I liked it a lot. This is one of the ones where it's like it's cool they introduced Spider-Man for the first time, and they don't really like talk about it too much. It's just like Tony Stark's there with Spider-Man. Like, okay, he's been doing Spider-Man stuff for 6 months. Okay, now he's in the movie swinging around with a suit on. Cool. Black Panther's in it. He's like, oh yeah, Black Panther's here. Okay, cool. He's in the movie. They don't really explain it too much. It's just like it feels like a big event comic brought to life, which is kind of what you want with something like this. Really fun. Yeah, it's really fun. It's honestly on our top of our list right now for like our favorite Marvel movies at the moment, or what we were feeling at the time. Really great movie overall, and it kind of encapsulates what's so special about the MCU. And I know some people don't like it, but I love it, so whatever. Last one we watched was Black Widow, which I didn't remember anything about. It's one I watched during my big move up here to Washington from Texas, so I watched it at some point and I just didn't remember anything about it. I'll say it was okay. It's kind of in the middle of the pack. It was fine. It was good. Has a little bit more backstory for Black Widow. This one was made after Endgame, and like the character had canonically died and everything, but they brought her back for this like final movie for Scarlett Johansson to kind of pass the torch to the other Black Widow for the future movies. And it was okay. It has David Harbour in it, being big Russian dude, which is always a good time. I wouldn't say a great time, but a good time. It's okay. It's fine. This just feels very much like this movie happened. I don't really need to see it again, but it wasn't bad. So yeah.
This movie happened because Scarlett Johansson had a contract
to do one more movie
and to get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, they're probably like, oh, she has one more movie on her contract. Well, let's do a Black Widow movie. That's kind of how it feels, because it takes place like in the storyline after Civil War, and the movie was made like 10 years after that, pretty much. So they had to bring her back, and they're trying to fill a gap that didn't need to be filled up, which happens with a lot of prequels. It's like, why do I need to know this information? I guess it adds a little bit, but not really.
Right.
Yeah. So it's okay. That one's a pretty skippable one, but the other two, a couple of our favorites. We really enjoyed them. It's been fun to rewatch all these, so we'll continue to do that and talk about it here.
Cool. I watched a movie called Freaks. Have you heard of this movie, Josh? It came out in 2018.
Freaks.
It apparently won like a bunch of fucking movie awards and shit, and I feel like I've never heard anybody talk about this.
Freaks 2018. I'm trying to see if I see. Never seen this before, or even seen the cover. What's it about?
Okay, so this movie is a tale of two different sides of a coin. It starts out feeling like a horror movie. And that's kind of how it's presented in the trailer. And how like the box presents the movie. So we start the movie out, and you have this little girl, and she's in a house with her dad, and like all the windows are all taped up, and he's like acting all paranoid and being like, people are out to get us, and we have to stay inside, and like he won't let her go outside. And like weird things keep happening. You can tell that she has some kind of like ability to like, not really ability, but she sees things that are happening and doesn't really know if they're real or not. And it's kind of played like Sixth Sense, where the kid is like seeing ghosts and doesn't know what's happening because of those ghosts, which I've not watched that movie in so long. That movie scared the shit out of me as a child. I should go back to it.
it's one of those ones that the twist got me before the twist became like a joke. You know what I mean on that one. So that's a
Oh
great
yeah,
movie.
for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so there's also like this ice cream man that keeps posting up outside of her house, and it's presented in a way where it seems like he's being like, the creepy ice cream man trying to lure the little girl out of the house
Mm-hmm.
for, perverse reasons. Turns out that's not the case at all. That guy's actually her grandfather, and I'm gonna spoilers. I'm going full spoilers on this movie, all right? Because I feel like I have to, really. Um, it turns out her grandfather, her dad, and her mom are all quote unquote freaks. They're basically mutants. Uh they're like X-Men, except instead of being a unified force, all of the people who have mutated and have like these telekinetic abilities are being hunted by the government. And so her dad has a time dilation ability. So he's been keeping her inside this house for what seems like 7 years because uh that's how long like his time dilation has kept them alive in this house, but it's actually only been like 6 months or 3 months outside. So like he slows everybody else down while their time remains the same inside of this time bubble. And like his wife was captured by the government and is being held in this facility, basically being tortured to death. And the grandfather, the ice cream man, he wants all of them to go and try and rescue her rather than just let her die there.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there's government conspiracy plot and like whole special agency that like wants to get one of these mutants and wants the little girl because they feel like if they raise the little girl to be like their weapon, like to be their weapon, but like to be able to raise somebody who has these telekinetic abilities, that they can use that as like a propaganda piece to be able to convince the other mutants to not be violent. But then at the same time, they're also like showing up with death squads at mutants' houses, and there's billboards out, talking about freaks and hunting them down. And whenever they use their telekinetic abilities, they start bleeding from their eyes. So like that's the tell. So anytime there's this one really funny bit where the little girl uses like telekinesis for a reason to stab this woman in her eye with like a glass shard while the death squad is around. So all they see is the woman bleeding from her eye, and they just fucking light her up with a bunch of machine guns. It's a really weird movie. It's actually really, really fucking good. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Sounds kind of cool. It sounds like
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
It is. It is really interesting. And it's one of those movies where I feel like 10 years from now, there's going to be a lot of people talking about how good this movie is.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's been almost 10 years since it was released, and I feel like nobody's talking about it yet. But it does feel like one of those movies that's going to end up being a cult classic.
That's awesome. It's like one of those you watch it and you're like, there's something special here. You feel like you discovered something a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, awesome. I think I'm gonna have to add that to my list. We should watch that. It sounds really good.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I can procure a copy of it for you if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, you'll buy it for me. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I'll let you
awesome.
borrow my disc.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. No Deathgate this time. We already covered that.
Yep.
We're gonna skip that. So we can talk about our recommendations, but I'm wondering, you probably want a restroom break here.
I would like a restroom break.
All right, let's do it. We've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. That's one of the games I've been hooked on. It's been fun.
That'll do it.
Yeah, we started. So we started a realm near the beginning of the year, or at least Star started a world, and I was like, you know what, we can do a realm, and I could play with you. And like probably 120 hours later, we're still playing. So
Mm-hmm.
we did like I've been into doing farms, like learning how to do like XP grinding farms. They have like this crazy new potion called the infestation potion, which
Uh-huh.
they have these creatures called the lays. They've been introduced, I don't know, 10 years ago, but they feel brand new to me. I never used them before, but they have high health. And so there's like this machine you can build where you give them infestation potions and you trap them in a little box, and they get damaged over time by a campfire. And then as they're infested, all these silverfish bugs come out, and then you can do float arrows that bounce up and down and kill them, and you just get infinite XP. And it's like our little XP torture chamber, and it's fun. It works.
Okay.
When you push the lever and it puts the potion out and starts up, you can get up to like 30 to 40 levels within like 20 seconds. Like just fills your bar up with XP. So
Damn, okay. Yeah, when I used to play Minecraft, I never got into doing like those sorts of exploit type things.
yeah,
So it is basically an exploit at the end of the day.
it's still fun though.
It is fun. Yeah, like I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's not, but like that wasn't what I liked doing. I like the survival aspect of Minecraft.
yeah,
Um and and then like trying to build, you know, cool interesting stuff while also trying to survive at the same time.
yeah.
So,
We built like a cool like enchantment room thing. We spent forever decorating. We did like a cool like deep like multi-layer floor with lights and stuff to make it look like
mhm.
starlights and stuff. It looks really cool. It's been fun. It's just we're pretty late game now, so I'm at the point where okay, I can make a crazy XP farm so our stuff doesn't break. That's fine, type of thing.
Right, yeah.
Uh, but it took us a while to get there. It's a very late game type of vibe. I know some people will probably rush it, but it's still good times. So anyway, tangent, but we did recommend some stuff. So
We did. Uh you know what? I can go first. You recommended that I watch the IT Crowd.
yeah,
And you sent me the DVD box set. So I watched the first 4 seasons. I have not gotten to that fifth disc yet.
I think the fifth
So I got
disc
through
is like
most of
a
it.
special, right? I'm pretty sure, or something
It
like
might
that.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I loved it. I thought it
Okay.
was so good. Um so we've got three main characters, and I have their names written down here. Hang on just a second. We got
Moss.
Roy, Moss, and Jen
Yep.
are the three. Roy is like the slobby nerd, and then Moss is the stereotypical like high pitched voice nerd,
Yep.
and then Jen is their quote unquote boss. But she doesn't know anything about IT and just kind of ended up there
Yeah.
for reasons. And yeah, so it's just kind of their hijinks in the bottom of this um I guess skyscraper where this business is. And yeah, man, it's really fucking funny.
It's so
Um
funny. I'm just thinking about jokes in it, just cracking up. uh,
yeah, I mean, at least once per episode I would get like a really good belly laugh out of some joke. And it'd always be something so fucking stupid. It would usually be something that Moss said. Because like he's so, what's the way to put it? He's
I don't
like,
know. He's eccentric, I guess, maybe, right?
yeah, he's eccentric in his own way, and like he's one of those guys who like doesn't understand social cues.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll just he'll do something that nobody wants him to do. Um, like there's an episode where like Roy tells him to tell that story about the time that they were in Amsterdam, and he tells a story about how they got hookers in Amsterdam,
Yep.
but they were too afraid to do anything with the hookers, so they just went to a fair instead.
Yeah.
And Roy's like, "That's not the story I told you to tell."
Yeah. I would think of the episode with the fire, and he's just like typing on the keyboard, fire, fire.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure out what to do. It's like, I guess I'll put this fire next to the other fire. Yeah.
And somehow the fire extinguisher catches on fire also.
Yeah. uh,
It ends up burning for like the whole episode, and he like puts a like the outline of a computer monitor in front of it so that when like the big boss comes downstairs, like that's a great screensaver.
and then also the episode with the internet with the box and
Yeah.
the whole company thinks she convinces the entire company because they're all stupid, they don't know anything, that this
Uh-huh.
little box contains the entirety of the internet.
And it's just like a metal box with an LED on the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many stupid little jokes like that. It's really really fun as you when you watch it all back to back like I did because I binged it in like a week. Um, there's a lot of throwback jokes
Yeah.
to earlier seasons in the later seasons also where they'll reference something and like it would still probably be funny, but it's more funny if you have the context of all of the early seasons. Um, man, yeah, this was a great pick. One of the creators of this, the I guess like the main creator is Graham Linham. Graham Linham. Uh, I know him not personally, but I know
Yeah.
of him because he also did Father Ted, which
Oh,
is
nice.
Irish sitcom from the '90s that I've seen. Um, which is a sitcom about a bunch of Irish priests. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
that one's that one's also pretty funny. So I can, if you like this show, you should go back in time a little bit and watch some Father Ted.
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
where you'll find it.
There's ways to find things, if anything.
Uh huh.
I'll borrow your disc. Yeah.
Hmm.
No. I'm glad you liked it. I know you like British comedy in general. So
Yep.
I was like, this is like, to me, when I think of like British comedies, this one pops up to like near the top. Like this one just really, it's one of the ones I've watched when it was on Netflix consistently. I watched it multiple
Hmm.
times over just because it was easy to just throw on again because it's just so
Yeah.
funny. And what, I don't know what it is about this show that's so funny. It's just funny to me. Like every time I watch an episode, like you said, there's at least one big laugh from me, or like a joke
Hmm.
I didn't catch the second or third time I watched it. So it's just a really easy watch and really funny. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. It's the kind of show that you can just put on. It's kind of like The Office in that way, right? Or Parks and Rec, where it's a really good show to sit down and watch and actually like pay attention to, or just to kind of put on in the background and just let it play.
mm-hmm.
Um, Either way, like obviously this time I sat down and actually watched it, but I could totally see like, oh, I've got to do a bunch of chores around the house. I'm gonna just be in the living room. I could just pop in a disc of this and put it on. You know, a season isn't that long. It's like 5 or 6, 7, maybe 7 episodes that are fairly long for a sitcom. Actually, they're like 30-minute episodes actually, instead of
Yeah,
like 22 like we're used to over here. But so 2 hours, 2.5 hours for a full season. You could just pop it on and do some dishes and fold laundry or whatever, and have it on in the background. It'd be great for that. And
yeah,
that's probably what I'll end up doing is like having this just as another background noise show to watch while I'm doing stuff.
yeah. I'm glad you liked it though. It's like it's a honestly, it's a classic to me. Like I could go back anytime, and
Hmm.
that's why I was saying last when you were showing the box set off, and I was like, man, I need to get that for myself just so I have it because like it's never consistently on any streaming services. Like it'll
Right.
be like season one, what might be, or season four, or something like that, or not at all, or So it's one of those ones worth owning because the rights just go back and forth all the time.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is that like it does when you get into the fourth season, it does start to get that like sitcom creep
Yeah,
where they feel like they need to make like bigger and more extravagant things happen to the characters rather than have it just be like some more antics happening in the office. Um and so like I always kind of don't like when sitcoms do that where they try and make things too big. It's not quite, Fonzie jumping a shark, right?
yeah.
The classic tale of Fonzie actually jumping a shark, but um
It's
it
starting to get
does.
there though, right? Like it's starting to
Yeah.
they're I guess people say that they get a little flanderized at the end, where it's like they're more of what the character. They're not really a character anymore. They're their bits more than their characters. They're getting to that point right near the end.
Yeah. Yeah, they're starting to become like almost caricatures of
Yeah.
themselves
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
instead of being, the characters that they are. And like, I mean, the actors are still great and it's still funny,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know how you don't have that happen in a sitcom. I don't know. I'm not a writer, so
It's one of those ones where I feel like it kind of ended when it needed to. If it went on any longer, it would start to be like too much of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
um, but yeah, the first 3 seasons honestly are really good. I think the first season's probably the strongest out of all of
Yeah.
them. But I still have a good time with the whole thing. I actually think the weakest thing might be that special, because the special didn't really do much for me from what I remember. So I think that's probably the weakest part of that whole like collection of stuff. But
Okay.
it was one of those things where they came back a few years later and just did like a one-off episode for like a special event type of thing. So there was a lot of references to other episodes in that one, and it makes it less funny. Like it's
Right.
overused a little bit, So
Yeah, yeah. At least when they reference the older jokes in the actual episode. So like in the first season, there's a joke where Moss is watching the TV and they're like, "There's a new emergency number," and it's like 12 digits long
oh,
or
118
something ridiculous.
999, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Moss is like, "Oh well, that's easy," and is able to rattle it off no problem. And then in like season 4, somebody's in trouble and he's like, "Oh, I know the number. 0110089."
Yeah, and he brings her back. Yeah, that's a nice callback though. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the little callbacks like that, I think were really fun, but I could see an entire episode that's nothing but callbacks would be the kind of like a little bit eye roll,
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's probably just the weakest thing of the whole thing, because they're all returning and celebrating the show because it was really popular when it came out. So it's cool.
Right.
Kind of like cult classic. Has a cult classic vibe. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, like, it's the kind of show where, we can't really sit here and discuss like an overarching plot or anything because there's just not.
Just a couple of goofballs and their boss that's trying her best. Just antics ensue. I think my favorite episode is the We Are Men episode, where they basically go to the bar and they're trying to be like posh soccer lover dudes, and yeah. They're always trying to walk it out. That episode made me crack up. Yeah.
Yeah, they end up getting involved with like
mafia something.
Yeah, basically mob guys, like organized crime almost, like some guys that want to rob a bank. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a lot of fun though. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad you liked it. Well, you sent me 2 DVDs. Before we jump into those, I like the hot sauce a lot. I'm probably going to get some more. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Yeah, the barbecue sauce is good. It tastes like Kansas City style barbecue sauce, but it's really good for what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's from here. Yep. What do you expect? It's Kansas City style barbecue sauce. It's going to be a little sweet.
Yeah.
It's a sweet barbecue sauce. Like that's what we have here for the most part. And like even our hot barbecue sauces are sweet still.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just the way they are.
I know there's a big debate like who likes Texas barbecue more or Kansas City. I like them both for different reasons, but
yeah, I do too.
I think I've had Texas a bit more, so my preference is a little leans that way, but I won't turn down any barbecue, so it doesn't matter. Right. Yeah. So those were both really good. I could see myself getting more of the hot sauce, though. I've been using it quite a bit. It's very good on eggs, I'll say. So.
Yeah, that hot sauce is. How do you find the heat in that? Because I find it like just like at my tolerance level of like this is almost too hot, but not quite.
So it's pretty much right there for me. I can use it pretty liberally without it like bothering me too much. It is really hot, obviously.
Yeah.
it's kind of one step down from my ridiculous hot sauce I have, which I have. It's like Reaper sauce, which is basically just blended Reapers. It's all it is, really.
Right.
So it's spicier than that sauce. But that one I can't have every day because it's too spicy. To be realistic, I'll get
Yeah.
indigestion and all that stuff going on. I don't need all that. So this one's a good. I want something that'll kind of kick me in the teeth a little bit, but I can manage it, and it's not gonna screw up my stomach too much, type of thing. So yeah,
Right.
yep.
Do you have um a smoker to be able to smoke meats on?
I don't think we can actually have those in the apartment, unfortunately. I think we maybe we
Oh, you are
probably
in an
could.
apartment. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we probably could get away with it though. It's just smoke, right?
I mean, it is still technically fire. It depends on what kind. If you had an
Yeah,
electric smoker, you might be able to get away with it a little bit easier. But so what with that hot sauce, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take chicken thighs and um I'll season them with a spice mix and then rub them down with like a teaspoon of that sauce. So you got a thin layer of that sauce and the spice mix on top of the chicken, and then throw them on the smoker for like an hour and a half.
sounds good.
And ooh, it's so good. It's hot as fuck, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's not so hot you're gonna like pass out, but it's good, right? Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I would not recommend it for somebody who does not eat spicy food. Like if you're the kind of person who thinks that jalapenos are spicy, fucking stay away.
it's like my partner can eat spice, probably up to like a serrano pepper, like so a little bit spicier than jalapeno without much complaint.
Mhm.
But there are some things that would just be too much for them. I think
Yeah.
honestly. But anyway, I want to try that now. That sounds really good. Maybe you
It
could
is
do
really
something
good.
similar to that, like the air fryer. It wouldn't be smoked, obviously, but I could probably still do that in an air fryer
I mean, you might be
situation.
able to get away with like putting a layer of liquid smoke on them before putting the hot sauce on. Like it's not quite the same flavor, but it'll give you some of that
Yeah,
kind of flavor.
use some Worcestershire. Get a little bit of that
Yeah.
acidic smokiness. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. But that does sound
I
really
have an
good.
air fryer now, so I could try that also and mess around with it a little bit and let you know if I can come up with something that tastes similar. But
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
mean, you're just not going to replicate the flavor of wood burning, you know?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Get close, maybe. Yeah, probably not. But
Yeah.
our air fryer is cool. We got one of those toaster oven ones that's like shaped like a toaster oven, and it's an air fryer
Mhm.
too. I got it for free. That's a long story.
Nice.
Yeah. Whenever the PS5 was coming out, I pre-ordered it from Kohl's, and Kohl's canceled my pre-order, but they have Kohl's Cash, so I had
Yep.
$240 of Kohl's Cash to use because they canceled my PS5. So I was like,
Fun.
cool, I'll buy an air fryer. Why not? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
um,
I don't blame you.
yeah,
I mean, that's actually a really good use of Cole's Cash. Yeah.
yeah. I was looking through the site. I was like, what do they have that I actually want? They didn't have a lot of things, and I was like, here's this $200 plus tax fancy ass brand new air fryer, and I've had it ever
Mhm.
since. I've had it for 6 years now. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, another tangent. But anyway, I watched a couple of Jackie Chan movies. The
Yeah.
Shinjuku Incident and Police Story. I'll start with Police Story because this is what you kind of expect from a Jackie Chan movie.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. He is a cop. This is like one of those ones where it's like has almost two tones to it, where it's like a very serious subject matter, but there's a lot of just wacky humor just thrown in.
Yeah.
Um, he's Detective Kevin. He's protecting what's the main premise of this? It's been a couple weeks since I watched it.
So he's in Hong Kong,
Hong
first
Kong,
of
yeah.
all,
Hmm.
which is a British colony. So there's a lot of like, or was a British colony. So
Hmm.
there is a lot of like Britishism to like the police force and like the court and everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's like he's on like this crime unit that's trying to take down this mob boss essentially.
pretty much. Yeah, and then
And the movie starts out where they're going on like this big heist, I guess, is what we can call it, to try and catch this mob boss in the middle of like a drug deal.
Yeah.
And
It just kind of goes all
uh
wrong.
it goes so wrong.
Like they don't capture anybody, right? And they all go on a run. Okay, so yeah, they all go on
No,
a
they do
run.
capture him. They
Yeah,
they do
yeah,
capture him.
yeah. It captures him, but what ends up happening is he has to chase a bus over like a giant hill, basically,
Uh-huh.
and he somehow catches up to it. And then at the very last minute, there's like a all practical, obviously, Jackie Chan hanging off the side of a double decker bus.
With an
Um,
umbrella.
with the umbrella, a bunch of people trying to push him off and stuff. Um, they have a whole practical effect where the bus actually crashes and the three culprits fly out the front windshield, and
Mhm.
um, he captures them. And then there's a whole courtroom drama angle to this movie where they basically spin it to where he's like, there are 88 buses that come through this area. How do you know that was the bus that had the actual crime lord on it? And the crime lord actually tries to bribe him with like, I don't know, no, a lot of money. I forget what the
The however much drug money he had, an
yeah,
entire briefcase full of cash.
yeah, pretty much. And so the whole thing is there's like a courtroom drama thing. It's not the brunt of the movie. It's just like to get the story going. But he pretty much has this evil lawyer dude who convinces the tries to convince everybody that Jackie Chan's character didn't actually capture the real drug lord. Like, how did he know? He was out of his sight for 30 seconds or whatever, and there's 88 buses that go through this.
How do you know you're chasing the right bus?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So there's all that goes on, and there's like a love interest. There is, and there's the
There's
thing
a
I
lot
remember
of
the
characters. Yeah.
yeah, the thing I remember the most about this movie is the final thing with the shopping mall. I think that's the most interesting part, the whole like
Yeah.
situation there. But there's a lot that goes into it to get to that scene. There's like his and then I was kind of mixing it up with the other movie a little bit too, because there's like a lot of characters in that one too. But that's a totally different
Yes,
thing.
there are.
Yeah. um but pretty much what ends up happening, they're in this big shopping mall, like trying to capture the bad guys, and it is a huge chase through it. He does a bunch of crazy stunts in this where he like the biggest one of the movie, I think, is him jumping onto like a fireman pole and then sliding down with all the lights shattering around him and crashing through the roof of like a little like favela shop. Also, there's a favela at the beginning that gets completely destroyed too. That they destroy practically, like the whole like city. Yeah,
there's like a whole ramshackle town that they just run like 3 cars through down a steep hill.
Yep.
With like people standing on the roofs, like jumping out of the way of the cars. So all of like the action of this movie is where this is at. Like the story is, it's there to drive the plot forward, to have more fights happen. I just hit my microphone.
That's kind of the flip on the next movie, because the story in the next movie is like the centerpiece, I'd say. This one is more like,
absolutely,
we're trying to get the bad guy. Jackie Chan's character is a little bit of a jilted hero who doesn't ever get his way. Pretty much, that's the whole thing.
He's a lovable goofball, but he's on the police force and he's just trying to do the right thing, right? But he's also kind of the guy who like is okay not going 100% up to police procedure to get the bad guys.
Yeah.
And so like, and he's like, but at least I get the bad guys, right? Like I get the bad guys. And yeah, so it's I mean, as a cop story, it's pretty stock standard, right? Like it's not going to do anything new for you there.
I was thinking of the endings kind of lethal weapon-y too, where he kind of like goes a little insane trying to grab the police chief, and he has a gun to his head and he's trying to, he takes him to the car and everything, has him, but the police chief kind of is on his side at the end, lets him go. He's like, get a head start, go get the bad guy, basically. And always kind of, everybody still has his side, even when he has to kind of bend the law or the truth a little bit.
So like right in the middle of this movie, that he has the mob, like the mob heads girlfriend who is supposed to be like testifying, and
Hmm.
he's like in the car with her. She ends up getting attacked by like a car's worth of fucking dudes.
Yep.
Um, I think that's one of the best fight scenes in this movie
It's really
because
good.
it's so frantic, and like you got so many guys just being thrown through car windows over and over again.
Yep.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's and I think that this is kind of almost, it's not a lost art, but it feels like a lost art. Like this stuff that they do in this movie is all practical. They put their bodies on the line every
Hmm.
single stunt in this movie. Even so much as we get the classic outtakes thing where they show like the aftermath, and like Jackie Chan like basically looks like completely catonic with people like fanning him after doing the actual crazy stunts, you know. So
Hmm.
these movies are always a lot of
Lots of
fun. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, lots of real blood was
Real
shed for the
blood.
making of this movie.
Yeah,
Like people got hurt doing some of these stunts.
yeah,
Um, which is why movies don't really get made like this anymore.
yeah,
Either in Hong Kong or in America. I mean, movies like this never really got made in America, but um, yeah, I mean, movies just don't get made like this anymore because people do get hurt when you've got a 5 minute long fight scene that's cut up into 3 or 4 cuts. There's a lot that happens in a very short period of time that has to be choreographed, and things just go wrong sometimes, and somebody just like falls and doesn't hit a mat like they're supposed to, or whatever. The what is the name of that fake glass that they use for movies? It's like sugar glass.
yeah.
um it still can cut you
It's
even though
sharp.
it's
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, you can still get hurt doing a lot of these stunts, and guys do get hurt doing these stunts, but that's part of the process for a movie like this.
yeah.
So
It's part of the charm too, and the appeal.
yes.
Really, honestly, it's a lot of the
Yeah.
appeal of the movie is the action, and it feels more brutal, and obviously it has the kung fu movie or like karate movie style, where it has all the really loud sound effects. People overact a little bit during the thing, but that's part of the feel and the vibes of the fights. You know, it's a little
Yep.
campy, but also really fun to watch. It's just there's no moment in this movie where you're bored. It's always fun
Yeah.
to watch it. So yeah, just to be honest, both of these are really great recommendations. I had a great time with both. But yeah, this movie was a lot of fun. Like this one's the fun one. The other one is more of a serious drama for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is what you think of. This is what most people think of when they think of Jackie Chan, is like the fun, goofy action movies. This is a little bit more Shanghai Noon
Yeah.
than
Then serious
Mhm.
Yakuza storyline or triad. Okay, so we can get into the other one. Police story, great.
Yeah.
Both of these are thumbs up. I think I'll get to what I think I like. I like them both for different reasons. I think I might like Shinjuku Incident a little bit more, but
Pretty good, isn't it?
it's just because it's a really damn good drama. Like I really
Yep.
love the whole story of this main character. Basically, it's what you were saying. They're illegal immigrants in Japan. So it's set in Japan with this Chinese triad that starts getting formed around this main character. I think his name's Nick, or is that his friend? He's Joe. One's Nick.
Oh, I don't remember their names
I
for sure.
I don't know. I think the main guy may be Joe. Whatever. Jackie Chan's character. He ends up having to do a lot of things to protect his little crew. He ends up with all these
Mhm.
Chinese, basically the Chinese people hiding out from the government, I guess, or the yakuza, or
Yeah.
trying not to get arrested
They're trying not
or
to get arrested
yeah,
because if they get arrested, they're going to be deported back to China.
yeah,
But because they're here illegally, like they can't really work. They can't work legal jobs.
hmm
I say here because they're there legally. They can't work legal jobs, so they have to, work underground jobs. And part of working in illegal jobs is you're going to run into people who also do other illegal things, which means you're going to end up against and adjacent to organized crime,
yeah,
right? So that's where the Yakuza storyline starts coming in, where he kind of gets involved with some Yakuza people,
yep,
sort of accidentally.
Yeah, and then he gets a lot of things for himself. This ends up being like a storyline point at the end of the movie, where his crew starts to call him out for being selfish because he starts doing a lot of things under the table and illegally, including killing people to get his green card or that version of the citizenship card for Japan and to help out his family and stuff. But it was personal gains, but the dark things. Basically, a lot of the question marks are like in the story that the movie's trying to ask is like, how far can somebody go to protect themselves and protect the people they care about? That's a lot of storylines, but that's what it ends up being here. He even has his buddy that gets like his hand cut off by the Yakuza. And that guy ends up in a really dark place at the end too. Mostly everybody in this story has a pretty tragic downfall by the end. It feels very adjacent to like a Scarface, where nobody's really winning. Even when they're winning, they're not really winning. That's kind of how the story is here. Even kind of has a Scarface ending where the main character does something heroic, quote unquote. Like Scarface is less heroic, but this one was pretty heroic.
Scarface isn't heroic. Like that ending's not heroic at all. He just kills people.
Yeah, that's true. He's just a maniacal dude who wants cocaine. So that's not a good comparison at all. Here he pretty much protects his entire crew as best he can from this. Like, this is where the most kung fu part happens. Like, the most kung fu movie part happens is the ending scene with like basically a gang war breaks out between three factions. So it was like two factions and then the police, pretty much. It's a triad and the Yakuza and then the police. And then there's like the main guy's name starts with the E, Inuki or Nuchi, something like that. And he's like the main bad guy in the whole movie. There's like data that he has to get on a USB drive to basically protect himself and his crew and pay his debts. And it's a really good movie, dude. Like, I really enjoyed. I was on the edge of my seat this whole movie. I didn't know what was going to happen next. There are a lot of moments where shit just pops off out of nowhere. The scene where he just grabs a knife and just cuts the dude's hand off, like right on screen, and there's like the whole like gore spraying out of the stump arm and everything, and then they start a big fight in the middle of the office building. It's a really long. Not a long movie, but it's a longer for this style of movie.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a long movie. I mean, it's like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours.
Yeah, for this style of movie, but it's not a boring 2 hours at all. It's very engaging and very fun to watch. Yeah,
it's a very compelling movie.
I keep using the word
wonderful
fun,
crime drama.
Yeah, it's not fun really. It's a really I would say it's very captivating and very good acting from everybody, and definitely one to watch. You told me to watch it with subtitles. I was like, I'm gonna watch them subtitles anyway, but I always get curious in how bad the dub is. Dub is terrible on both of these movies.
I bet.
So atrocious. So I listened to it for like 2 seconds. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. So but it was awesome. Like, fantastic crime drama, very gritty, down to earth. It's probably the most like I've seen Jackie Chan like emote in a movie. He cries a lot in this. He gets very pissed off. He does a lot of really good like facial like storytelling through his face, like really really good expressions and stuff. I think this might be my favorite acting portrayal for him, like that I've seen. Maybe ever.
That's fair.
But because usually he's the lovable goofball, that's kind of the archetype he kind of slots into. This one, he's just a troubled guy trying to get through things and help out people to the best of his ability in this really shitty situation, pretty much. And he does a really good job at it. And story was awesome. And I love a tragic ending to a movie. This kind of has a tragic but hopeful ending. And yeah, it's just really good. I recommend anybody watching it. That sounds interesting to you, because it's like one I would have never picked out of a lineup, but yeah, fantastic movie.
Yeah, it really is. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you like both of them. I mean, like, it's kind of hard not to like Police Story, just because it is
goofy. Yeah,
it's a goofy, fun time. The action is, it's exactly what you want from that sort of action movie, right? Like,
yep.
It's you're very right in your comparison to Lethal Weapon. It does kind of have that sort of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which yeah, those movies are fun too. Um, with get Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Yeah, fun movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shinjuku Incident I think is one of Jackie Chan's strongest performances that he's ever done. So
Yeah. He he acts his ass off. Like literally. Like he
yep.
does a great job. Like and everybody around him is good too. It's not just him. So it's
Yeah.
You know, it actually reminded me of playing the Yakuza games. I know that's a different thing completely, but the storyline of the Yakuza games, especially Zero, which I got pretty far in, is very that same type of tone. Like the actual, not the side missions. The side missions are like goofy as hell, but like the main story
Right.
of that feels very like same vibes, I would say. But that's what I kept thinking of. Not just because there's Yakuza in there, but the gritty crime drama had a very
Mhm.
similar flow to the storyline, I'd say. But yeah, it's good. Good times.
Cool.
All right. Well, time for recommending next month's movies or shows.
Yeah.
Um, I
Do
have a
you
hard.
want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I mean, I can, unless you're really excited. It's up to you. I'll leave. I always leave it up to you, don't I?
Yeah. Go ahead and go. I
Okay.
want to hear what you want me to experience this time
Yeah,
around.
I'm not sure if you're gonna like this one, so I don't
Okay.
know. There's a couple of them that I was like, I'm not sure if you'll enjoy them or not. But this one is an interesting one. I like it, but you might not. We'll see. Anyway, have you heard of the guy named Bo Burnham? You know Bo Burnham.
Yeah, I know Bo Burnham.
Have you watched Inside, his special?
I have not.
Okay, so I'm recommending you watch that, and then that's on Netflix. And then I recommend you watching the one movie he directed, which is it's a Gen Z coming of age movie, which this is the part you may not like. I think you'll like the special, but I'd say
Mhm.
give it a shot. It's called Eighth Grade. It's available for free on YouTube. So that's my recommendation. Bo Burnham Double Pack. I think both of those are very good for different reasons. The special Inside is not really a stand-up special. He did a special comedy special. It's a musical. There's lots of songs in it and stuff. But
He
he
always
did
does
it.
lots of songs.
Yeah, that's his thing, right? So,
Yep.
it's about the pandemic and being isolated inside of his home. That's what the story is
Yep.
about, and obviously the name's Inside, and the songs are great. I think it's a really well done little thing. So, yeah, that's my recommendation. I think you'll enjoy both. You'll probably appreciate Eighth Grade more than enjoy it, but we'll see.
Yeah, so I remember when Inside came out, and I was like, I should probably get around to watching this, and then I just never did.
Well, now you're gonna watch it.
All
So
right,
yeah.
fine,
Uh,
perfect.
yeah, I've listened to the music and the songs a bunch of times. I think there's a couple of really good emotional songs, and it's just like they're songs of the time, So
Mhm.
it feels like 2020 in a little package. So it's good.
Cool. Well, 2020 was very different for me than it
Yeah,
was for I know a lot of other people. Um, so for anyone unawares who doesn't know me from that period of time, that's around the time that like we first met when I first joined the Polymedia Network Discord.
yeah.
I was working in the funeral industry, so
You're still just
my
doing your
work,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
my work did not stop at all. In fact, it got worse. It got busier. So
yeah,
while everybody else was sheltering in place and staying inside, I was around the dead 6 days a week. So,
yeah. Yeah, I was working retail, doing beer distributing, and so that never stopped, and it was more
mhm.
busy at the time. But I feel like it feels like an era, even though it's harder to relate to for us since we were, quote unquote, what was it called? Important
Essential.
employees, essential employees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but still, it's good, and I I liked it. I think it feels very personal for him. He hasn't done anything since that, so maybe he's not going to. I don't know. But I think he's just kind of like, this is my thing that I wanted to put out in the world. People loved it, so and then leave it at that. So, yeah.
Right. All right. Josh, you're not going to be watching a movie
Okay.
this time.
Is it a show?
You're not going to be watching TV this time.
Oh.
You're not going to be reading a book this time. It's my birthday this month.
Okay.
Well, here in May, it's going to be my birthday, and you're going to play D&D with me.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm ready.
So
I have never played D&D much. I played one campaign. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I played one campaign in when I was like 19 or 20. So like right out of high school. So that's the last time I ever played it.
So, I've already got I've got it. I'll send you a link to a Discord where we've got all that set up. We're technically not playing D&D, but we kind of are. We're going to be playing Pathfinder, which is the version that I tend to play, or that I always play. It's D&D 3.5, published by Paizo instead of published by Wizards of the Coast. Any D&D nerds will know exactly what I'm talking about there, but you're going to have to make a character. You're going to have to learn a few rules, and then we're going to play some D&D. So, that's what we're doing this month.
No, I love that. I love it that when you twist it on its head. I feel like I need to be more creative. But hey, you know that's gonna be a good time. So how? I guess I could ask you offline, but when will this occur? At least sometime this month, I'm guessing.
Sometime this month, we're gonna have to organize with everybody who's playing.
Okay.
And figure out when is going to be best for everybody to be able to sit down and record, because we are going to record this on video. We're going to be playing using a virtual tabletop so that everybody can play together on the tabletop. So we're going to be using Roll20. And then I'm going to record all of it, and we're going to publish it onto the YouTube channel also as a bonus after we release the next episode.
Oh, I love that. You didn't tell me this. This is going to be so fun, though.
No, I've been planning this for 2 months.
I figured you've been planning something. You've been hinting at it a little, and then you're like, oh, we'll do it next time. We'll do it next time. So that's cool. I'm excited.
So that's why I'm drinking out of this mug today that I made.
Nice.
If
I
you
saw
want
you
a wooden mug,
yeah.
If you want a wooden beer mug, I can make these. I have a bunch started that I have not finished yet, but so I'll probably have like 5 or 6 of them ready to go. I don't know, sometime next month.
Okay, sounds awesome. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to start getting more creative. Oh, you're one upping me on that, on the creativity element here. I'm just like, oh, what things do I like? Okay, you watch the thing I like. Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. Like I make you watch lots of things that I like.
Yeah.
So.
No,
but it doesn't just have to be movies. Like it can be other things.
Yeah. So maybe next time I'll make a concerted effort to do something that's not just a movie or a TV show. There we go.
I mean, you don't have to.
Or I
no
won't.
One says you have to.
I'm excited though. That sounds like a lot of fun. Is it going to be people from the Discord that are going to be there?
Yeah. So it's going to be Max.
Okay.
From Trash Station, Potomax, Johnny Bad Times,
awesome.
Captain Drachma.
Oh, sick, from IndieQuest.
And then Cocoa Butter.
Oh yeah,
from the Polymedia Discord. And then I have my friend Jarrett, who I know from my time miniature painting on Twitch. He's going to be DMing for us.
Oh hell yeah, that sounds so fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, so it's going to be a variety of people who have played some D&D before, haven't played very much D&D before, and somebody who's a fairly experienced DM. So I've played with Jarrett before. He's a great DM. So good time.
Good lead everybody through a good, even people who are inexperienced. That's the best DMs, or GMs, right? DMs,
Yeah.
Dungeon Master.
Yeah, so
Yep.
the plan is to just play a one shot. I can't really commit to a full campaign because I already
That's
have
fair.
two D&D games.
Yeah.
I really can't commit to a third right now. Um so the plan is just play a one shot, and that should be I don't know, somewhere between like 3 to 5 hours. We'll see. It gonna kind of depend. But yeah, that's the plan.
I mean, if it's something we like, we can always do it again in the future too. So like a
Yeah.
one off again, one shot. So
Yeah, for sure.
all right, well, recommendations for this month is Bo Burnham stuff and D&D. So it should
Yep.
be a good time. I guess we could plug our stuff if you have any other, unless you have any other comments for the recommendations.
No, I don't have any other comments. You can find me on twitch.tv/scotch and hobbies. I am trying to stream every Sunday right now. That's kind of the plan. Sunday mornings, at some time when I'm awake and still drinking coffee before I feel like actually doing real things, I will be playing Sega CD games on stream. That's kind of the plan. So
Nice.
and you can find my other podcast, The Trash Station, anywhere you find podcasts. We talk about video games, and you can hear me talk for a collective hour about Kingdom Come Deliverance over the last 2 episodes if you want to hear why I am obsessed with that game.
My question for you on that one: do you think you'll go to the sequel right away, or are you just gonna
No,
get?
I am not going to go to the sequel right away. I was looking today. So I'm at 60 hours, and I'm about halfway through the main quest of this game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have very many more side quests left to do, I think. So I'm figuring I'm probably gonna end up like
90
80 to
hours.
90 hours
Mm-hmm.
by the end of my playthrough. So I am going to save the sequel for another time because I think if I immediately go into the sequel, I am going to be burnt out and not want to play another large open world RPG, and I'm going to put it down. So it's probably going to be next year sometime when I decide to play it. I also have some other large open world RPGs that I want to play this year. I talked about this on Trash Station also, but like I want to get to the Fallout 4 mod that was the Fallout London.
London, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really want to play that because that seems really, really cool. Then me and Max have been talking about doing a playthrough together. Well, not together, but like simultaneously, Fallout New Vegas because he's never played it, and that's like the best Fallout game. I've not played the first two Fallouts yet. I own them now, so I probably will end up playing the first two Fallouts. But I've got a lot of other big RPGs that I want to play. I'm gonna play Pokemon Silver sometime this year.
Nice.
So I've got other big stuff to play, and I don't think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is in the cards for me this year, but at some point, yes, I will be playing that game, and I'm sure I've been told it's everything that the first game is and more. So I'm sure I will get obsessed with it and play the shit out of it. So,
It's like just right up your alley. I know you love that type of immersive. It's like
oh
very
yeah,
immersive. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway, also I'll agree. New Vegas is my favorite Fallout as well. I think it's just the best overall Fallout I've played, at least. So
yeah. I mean, like I've heard that Fallout 1 and 2 are like amazingly good stories. Like there's so much good content in there. And I have no problem playing a top-down isometric CRPG. That's fine. I'll love it. I'll play the shit out of that. So, I'm sure I'll have a good time when I dig into those also.
yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
New Vegas is of the Bethesda Fallout games, New Vegas is just without a doubt the best.
And the thing about that is not really even Bethesda, it's Obsidian, which is
Nope,
funny.
it's Obsidian.
All right. Well, you can find me on Blue Sky, Josh Leslie. You can find my other podcast, IndieQuest Pod, or IndieQuest Podcast, which is an indie game podcast. We have a special guest coming on soon, and yeah, it's been a good time over there. If you like indie games, you'll probably enjoy that. You can find
Yeah.
this show on Blue Sky, The Monthly Mishap. You can also send us emails, monthlymishap@gmail.com. And there's also the fan mail thing in the description. If you click that, you can also send us voicemails or text through that. So if I've tried the voicemail feature, I called it and tried it myself. It works fine, and it's the only thing it asks for is permission for your microphone, which makes sense so that it can record you. Yeah.
Yep.
So haven't got a lot of those or any of those really yet from either of the podcasts, but I like to throw that out there. That's a new feature. So if you want to send us a question or comment, have any suggestions, let us know. But besides that, I think we're done for the day, for the month, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah. Oh, I should say before we actually go and stop recording, Jackie Chan has been in a bunch of shit recently. He's got 5 upcoming movies according to IMDb, Jesus. And he has 2 movies that came out in 2026, 2 in 2025, 2 in 2024, 3 in 2023. So like, motherfucker's still out here just grinding. He's doing his thing.
He's like in his mid 60s by now, I'm guessing, right?
Oh, he's in his 70s. He was born 70s. Hang on. Let's scroll back up on IMDb. He was born in 1954. Okay. So,
72.
He's getting up there.
All right, well, that'll do it. Jackie Chan's awesome. He continues to grind.